I want to welcome everybody to the July 9th, 2025 meeting of the Common Council. As always, we begin with hearing from the public. It's now 7 p.m. I'm going to read from the list and then see if anybody else wants to speak in the room or remotely. Just ask you state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes. The floor is yours for 3 minutes. First name is Andrew Pope.
Does that work? Yep, okay. Andrew Pope, 87 Brighton Street. So I'm not here to complain about the sewers, but I'm just going to share a little story about the last 2 days with the sewers. This morning I woke up, and between all the heavy rain the last couple of nights, I had sewer water in my basement, which it wasn't too bad because I've fortunate enough where I've kind of figured out a way to mitigate it with a check valve. However, the pressure from the city is so high that it's still leaking at this check valve. So I called the Public Works Department. This is 7:30 in the morning, and they weren't open yet. I then called the Water Department, and they sent somebody out. And by the time they had come out, they checked the sewer line and the lateral on Roxbury and on Brighton. And they said, there's no problem. And I said, but I got sewer water in my basement. It wasn't like I got up in the middle of the night and flushed my toilet 100 times. So he said to me, you know, there's nothing wrong. And I said, well, what about the program that's going to come clean this? And he said to me, the city's not at fault. And I said, great. So that's why I'm here to tell you tonight that unless I have somebody there watching my sewer line 24 hours a day, I'm never going to be able to identify this problem to the city. This gentleman also mentioned to me that there are many other people who have had the same calls in the area. I don't know if they don't know about the program or if it's the same issue, that the sewer waters back up when it rains heavily and then they subside when the rain goes away. You're never going to see that problem. I just want to know if anybody's even tracking these calls. Like, does somebody track how many times somebody calls about sewer water backing up into the basement? If they do, that'd be great. I would love to see the data on that. If not, whatever. And then the other part is, I don't know what to do if the city's never at fault, but the sewer water keeps coming in my house. That program is basically useless, right? But yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys in a month.
Thank you, Andrew. Our next speaker is Chris Cartelli.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Cartelli. I'm here. I live at 112 Dudley Street. I'm here in my capacity as president of New Britain Soccer Club. As some of you may be aware, there's a resolution on the agenda, which I would like to thank you all for considering. Honoring our club and most importantly, one of our teams who brought home a CT Cup trophy this season, which was a huge accomplishment for us and for them. And I just wanted to thank you all for your continued support. It's really an effort of the whole community. We collaborate with a lot of different organizations, the Parks and Rec, the school district. Thank you for your patience with us over the winter. That was a hugely important effort because, especially like for this team of young players, to have a place to play soccer year-round is very important, and a lot of other teams that they're playing against do have that. So we're really, as an organization, trying to break down barriers and dismantle this pay-to-play system, which has kind of taken over youth sports, and give our kids an opportunity to excel. I also wanted to recognize, I brought with me the captain of the team. This is Vlad Shvilchuk. He not only led the team to victory, but he also, as a student athlete, volunteers with our club to help coach the rec program during the season. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Chris. The next speaker is Dr. Jonathan Counts.
Good evening to each and every one of you. I am the Reverend Dr. Jonathan D. Counts. I live on 20 Crestwood Lane. On tonight, the reason for my coming is I am representing the New Britain Area Interfaith Conference, which is the interfaith community here in New Britain. And one thing that we have been discussing is the various things surrounding immigration. This political climate, we are very concerned about immigration issues. So therefore, we are calling for respect and justice for immigrants here in New Britain. So the New Britain Area Interfaith Conference, mindful that each person is made in the image of God, urges respect for all immigrants. Immigrants should not be slandered, devalued, or demonized. They should not be made scapegoats for unresolved, divisive political conditions. Their rights should not be determined by whim or fiat. We stand behind the entitlement of each person who has reached these shores to have due process under the law. And we hold it to be the responsibility of the government to follow and enact this process. So on this night, other members of Nubaic have come to share with me tonight, and we just wanted to come tonight to make our stance and our statement regarding respect and justice for immigrants.
Thank you, Dr. Counts, for those good words.
Thank you, sir.
Just members can comment on what they hear in public participation when all the speakers have spoken.
Yes, sir.
So stick around.
Yes, sir, will do. Thank you.
That's all the names I have on the list. Anybody calling remotely? One, okay. Last four numbers? 7069. Caller 7069, state your name and address for the record, and the floor is yours for 3 minutes. Thank you, Lisa, for calling in. Are there any other speakers who wish to speak? Any others? Any others? Yes, sir.
I think it's somebody from up above like last time. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank Santiago. I want to thank Scott Simpson, everybody over here. I think there's way too much politics in our town hall. That's for sure. And I'm here to tell you that. You know, I got hurt at a church. Church is like a politic. Let me tell you, I had 5 priests that, you know, they loved me until I got hurt. But I'm just here to thank everybody, and, you know, the town hall, these people trying to help the community, definitely straighten things out that, like, the mayor and stuff has been covering up. See?
That's not a commercial, Keith.
No, that's
continue.
Mayor Aaron Stewart messing with me again. That's all right. You know, I'm good with that. I want to thank the police department. You know, me and the police department, man, we've been working together for 28 years. And I had to bring that guy into justice myself. You know how hard it is to arrest somebody and not beat them up? Because I'll get arrested myself for having my head cracked open. It's real hard. But I did that. I want to thank the police department. You know, the homeless are getting crazy in, you know, my town right now. I got homeless living in my driveway all over the place. You know, I live at the church, St. Mark's. So, you know, we have one Polish guy that 28 years, he's been really, really hard on me. And my buddy, Andre Thompson, the guy with the feet that I came here for, that were, you know, my volunteers all them years, feeding the homeless. He's in the hospital with his feet right now. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to, you know, feed my town all them years. You know, 18 years working for the church. But then when I got hurt, I had to do my own citizen's arrest. But I have a paper I have to fill out for the police department. I want a hand, you know, from town hall to fill that paper out. How I had to do my own citizen's arrest and put the guy in jail for 2 years after he cracked my head open in church, feeding a breakfast. I need a hand with that because, you know, I got traumatic brain injury from that, you know what I mean? A lot of town hall members say, we're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna have a meeting with you, but that meeting never comes. God bless you all.
Thank you, Keith. Anybody else wish to speak? Anybody else? Anybody else? Hearing none. This portion of public participation. Yes,
Sorry, I was a little slow to the podium.
Okay.
Matt Marino, 20 Karen Drive, New Britain, Connecticut. I do want to come up here and commend Chris. Him and I usually only speak via email, and I know some members of the council frequent Willowbrook Park in the fall. If you do have a chance, I encourage you all to go down there because the amount of kids that are out there playing soccer is really mind-blowing, and it is something great to see. I was never involved in soccer as a kid. Alderman, you know that I was a baseball and football player. I got a 6-year-old who loves soccer to death, so thank you, Chris, for all the work that you put in. I know as someone that's volunteered in youth sports, you really get credit, and I'm glad that you're getting recognized tonight, and I wish you all the best. Keep doing what you're doing because it's really amazing. Thank you.
thank you, Chief. That was the Walicki Orioles, was it? You got it right, that's right. I was the Red Sox for the record. Anybody else? Anybody else? Hearing none. This public has spoken as of 7:13. We'll be inviting all the people to respond to what they've heard tonight. I'll just say to President Cartelli and Vlad, the resolution will be coming up early in the meeting. And I'm sure we will all enthusiastically congratulate you and also, as Chief Marino said, recognize the rapid development of a tremendous league and youth development program. You obtained your nonprofit two or 3 years ago, raising funds, and I know our Parks and Rec director's in the back and is well aware of the good use you make of our park facilities. So look forward to voting on that resolution. I'm sorry, any other members wish to weigh in on what they've heard? Alderwoman Scott.
Hi, everybody. Peace and love. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's so nice to see people here. Thank you, Andrew Poe, for sharing your story. I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, and I would like to get more information on that myself. So thanks for sharing that with us. And thanks for the soccer club. Thank you guys for coming. It's really nice to see something happy here tonight. So, and anything that has to do with our community and kids, I absolutely love. And thank you, Pastor Dr. Jonathan Counts, for coming. Respect and justice for our immigrants and for every human being that lives here is extremely important. We're all humans, no matter where we came from. And I love the fact that you guys are doing this interfaith thing. I love interfaith connections, so I look forward to seeing more of that. And thank you, Lisa, for calling in. And I wanted to just say, I wanted to address some of the problems that you brought up, the homelessness, people looking for jobs. People are extremely terrified about what's happened here recently. People are going to lose their health care and all this stuff, and you're exactly right. We do not have time to be playing games. We need to protect our people that live here locally. That's our job, and I really hope that we can all do that with respect for each other and with a lot of peace and love. And I know sometimes that can be difficult for some people, but I hope that we can do that. And I want to thank our chief for coming up and saying your kind words as well. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Any other members? Any other members? Any other members? Hearing none. That concludes this portion of public participation. It is now 7:16. The regular meeting will begin shortly.
If all alderpersons could take their seats, we're going to get the meeting started. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order the July 9th, 2025 meeting of the New Britain Common Council. The time is 7:22 p.m. Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderpersons McNamara.
Here.
Smedley. Present. Sanchez. Here. Beloit Saavedra. Here. Simpson. Here. Russell. Barbosa. Here. Hargraves. Here. McAdam. Here. Gibson. Here. Scott. Here. Connors. Here. Malinowski. Pabon. Santiago. Present. 14 members present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can we all please?
Let the record reflect that Alderman Russell is still recovering, and we wish him our best wishes.
Can we all please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance?
Let us pray. O God, our Heavenly Father, please protect our children and keep them safe during the summer season. Allow us all to enjoy the summer, to be with family and friends with trips to the beach, long walks in our parks, baseball, or cooling off in our pools and splash pads. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Approval of the minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting of June 11, 2025, and June 25th of 2025.
Seconded by Alderman Simpson. Are there any questions or comments on the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I see no amendments to the agenda. Mr. Clerk, any petitions?
2 petitions, Your Honor. Alderman Santiago for a traffic study in the area of 121 Belmont Street.
Thank you. We'll send that to the Police Commission.
Okay, and Alderman Santiago for policies for use on city-owned vehicles.
Corp Counsel's office, please. Thank you. Move on to the consent agenda. Alderman Santiago.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept the consent agenda of item A, B, and C.
I have a second from Alderwoman Sanchez. Any questions or comments on A, B, C? All those, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll on the consent agenda.
Alderpersons McNamara.
Yes.
Smedley. Yes. Sanchez.
Yes.
Beloit Saavedra. Yes. Simpson.
Yes.
Barbosa. Yes. Hargraves. Yes. McAdam. Yes. Gibson. Yes. Scott. Yes. Connors. Yes. Malinowski. Yes. Pabon. Yes. Santiago.
Yes.
14 in favor, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Motion carries. Alderman Santiago. Item D.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept item D.
I have a second by Alderman Smedley.
Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to amend by adding the date of September 7th to the 6 days for the early voting. It was missing, so they had to add that on their Sunday, September 7th.
Just a point of order quickly, can you amend a report, Corp Counsel?
You're not supposed to, Your Honor. What is the, I didn't hear, I'm sorry. What's the proposed amendment to it?
Just adding the dates for early voting, dates and times. The dates, I don't believe, were in the original response.
I mean, technically, it's a report back to this council. You don't really have authority to do anything at all to it. But, I mean, if we're just talking about, correcting some sort of Scribner's mistake, I don't know that there's going to be anyone to object to it, so. I'll defer to whatever the council would like to do.
I was asked to do it, so that's why I'm doing it. But then again, withdraw the amendments, but still continue with the approval of the report then.
Just read into the record what the change is.
Yep. Your Honor, in the report, everything was pretty much clear and dry. Only thing that was needed to add was the Sunday, September 7th, to add to the early voting for individuals to know that that was added on. So pretty much, but I urge adoption of the report. or approval.
Thank you for the clarification, Alderman. So we'll have the revised report that's reflected in the minutes for this meeting. Any other questions or comments?
Madam Mayor.
Alderman Smedley?
Through you, can I call Lucian Pavlik up to the podium? Oh, I apologize.
Sure.
Microphone. Hold on. We got to get the microphone on.
Yeah, smiley face.
Anyway, I did hear the date of September, again, Mayor Stewart, honorable members of the Common Council. I did hear the date of September 7th. September 7th is on there. And the reason for only 6 days of early voting is the fact that it's Labor Day on September 1st. And so this year, there'll only be 6 days of early voting. Should there be a primary? Let's hope not.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that we were accomplishing what needed to be accomplished. for your
Absolutely.
office. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mayor. We're all set. Thank you, though.
Yeah, and just let me add, we did have a great meeting with Central this morning, and we're really going ahead with that too, with the new law. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. All those in, it's a thing. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll move on into our resolutions this evening. Item number 1 goes to Alderman McNamara.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept and adopt number 1.
Second by Alderwoman Sanchez.
This is a resolution recognizing the New Britain Soccer Club's U17 boys team that prevailed in a single elimination tournament involving the state's best travel teams to become the first team from New Britain to bring home a Connecticut Cup. And we've heard from President Cartelli and Vlad, the team captain, who spoke at public participation. I'll just read briefly that the championship reflects the work and dedication of the soccer club's coaches, parents, players, and board. As a member organization of the Connecticut Junior Soccer Association, and their efforts, all volunteer run, in less than 5 years have made soccer accessible to hundreds of children and young adults, demonstrating the benefits of playing the sport and competing in the region. The city wants to be supportive of the club, and we wish continued growth and success in building a great soccer program for New Britain. I urge adoption.
Thank you, Alderman McNamara. Any of the alderpersons wish to comment on this item?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alderman Santiago?
I didn't do the comments at the public participation, but congratulations. I know how that feels like to win a chip. You know, for AAU, I do basketball, so we have done a couple of times. It's remarkable to get that feeling, especially for the kids that work so hard from the youth all the way to now 17U, which was a big accomplishment. Congratulations and more, keep working that hard work. And then I like that you're giving back. That's awesome.
Any other alderpersons wish to say anything? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 tonight, Alderman Connors.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 2.
I have a second from Alderman Smedley.
Thank you. Item number 2 provides for an additional $5,000 to send 14 explorers and 5 advisors to the Explorer Police Academy. The Explorer Police Academy provides once a week mini police academy held from July 20th to 26th, 2025 at Westfield State University in Westfield, Mass. Provides personal and professional development for explorers and advisors. It's a good program, and let's send more folks, and I urge adoption.
Thank you, Alderman Connors. Any other? Alderman Smedley.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just rise in support of the program, obviously, as a former police explorer. I am the director of the Cadet Police Academy that will take place at Westfield State University. I've been in that position for 2 years now, and I look forward to our explorers excelling and receiving some awards this week. Thank you.
Awesome. Any other alderpersons wish to comment? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 3, Alderwoman Barbosa.
I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 3.
Second from Alderwoman Sanchez.
This is a piggyback to item number 2, an additional $1,500 for the police explorers and the 19 participants to honor all grant documents with the Hometown Foundation. And I urge adoption.
Any other questions or comments on this item? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Alderwoman Scott, item number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 4.
Seconded by Alderman Smedley.
This is for on-call building repairs, replacements for the Stanley Quarter Boathouse. And the Stanley Quarter Boathouse is it requires some renovations so that we can utilize the interior building. And the purchase will be made to authorize the purchase. We need, it's for the repairs of the boathouse, for a Stanley Quarter, and it, we're doing so much nice things at this location, and I urge adoption so that we can use the inside of the boathouse. Thank you.
Any questions or comments on this item? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Simpson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I rise to accept and adopt item number 5.
Second by Alderman Connors.
This is very straightforward. It's a purchase of 2,000 tons of salt for a total price of $174,000.20. I just want to say that's 4 million pounds of salt. That is so much, but I urge adoption.
Thanks, Alderman. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Santiago.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept item number 6 and refer to the Committee on Planning, Zoning, and Housing.
Seconded by Alderwoman Saavedra.
This is to amend Article 7 of Chapter 15 of the Code of Ordinance in accordance with the Public Act number 25-80 pertaining to motor scooters, dirt bikes, mini bikes, pocket bikes, bicycles with helper motors, and all terrain vehicles, and I urge referral.
Any questions or comments on item number 6? Alderwoman Saavedra.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I want to thank Attorney Mary Prokorski for putting this together. I called her the day after the legislation was passed and asked what we could do to expedite this in front of us. So thank you for my colleagues for signing on to it. I also had the pleasure of talking to the Chief of Police about this issue too. So this just puts another tool in the toolbox to help us have safer streets and safer neighborhoods. This is an action against street takeovers. So although Alderman Santiago read some of the description in here, the gist of it is to prevent street takeovers and to punish those who engage in them. And so I look forward to the full conversation in committee and coming back here for adoption. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other questions or comments? Alderwoman Scott.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we have so many complaints from our constituents regarding this, and it's very dangerous. And so I'm really happy that this was passed at the state level, so now we can have the conversation here locally about what we're gonna do, so thanks. I look forward to the conversation.
Any other alderperson wish to make any comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Made by Alderman Santiago, seconded by Alderman Hargraves. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. We're adjourned. The time is 7:35 p.m. Thank you.